changed, the ownership has changed, so we're applying for new ownership. It's a little bit complicated. The attorneys were at the last meeting, and they can explain it much better than I can. But any of the live music is only indoors. We're not changing.
Can you tell us your name?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Denise White.
Denise White, thank you.
Yes, yes. And we're not changing any of the licensing that was held by the Fairmont. Everything is the same, and we're just listing the new owner, Westmont. And that is that just means we have to fill out some forms that the city needs to file to give us our permanent entertainment license.
So you're already operating with live music now as for this transfer?
Only indoors, and very rarely have we used live music.
So what is it that you're seeking to change?
Nothing. And I just sent this wording to the attorney because this doesn't seem to fit what we asked for. Really, we're only changing the ownership title on the liquor license. And once we do that, that allows us to get a permanent entertainment license. At the moment, we're requesting monthly entertainment license.
And you've been seeking those, or you've been obtaining those regularly?
Yes.
Since this February date when you initially?
Yes.
But your ultimate goal is to seek live entertainment full time?
Yes. Only indoors in the designated places that were already designated in the original license. Nothing is changing.
Does anyone on the council have any questions?
I have a question. So the liquor licenses, that's already transferred, or that has not done yet?
The has not been transferred. The management needed to appoint a person that lived in Boston, that lives in Boston, that is aware of the food and beverage operations.
So typically that's a process that requires neighborhood involvement, and it goes to the licensing board and then to the ABCC.
That's why we've been attending the neighborhood meetings.
Okay, but this, and I could be wrong about this, Maria, unless it's changed in the last few months. The entertainment transfer does not require, unless there's a change to the entertainment, what you're specifically asked, like using for entertainment, such as live music, that wouldn't require neighborhood.
They have an open BOA number, so they have to go to ZBA to change the name on the zoning, as far as I understand it.
The zoning? Or the
Yeah,
licensing?
because on the entertainment license, like to have, like they have a certificate of occupancy
Yeah.
for live music, entertainment, you have to go through zoning to get it again. So that's my
Yes.
understanding, is that they're changing the name.
It's just
to
changing
change
the name.
ownership.
Okay, but on the existing entertainment license, there was live music?
Yes. There was live music indoors.
But now you want to add outdoor?
No,
Okay.
no, we're not changing anything. We're not adding outdoors. Absolutely not. We're adding any music outdoors. No.
Anyone else? Do you have anything else for that you wanted to ask?
I'm just, what would the ZBA have to do with the licensing? The licensing board hears licensing and zoning.
No, because it's entertainment license, it's part of their certificate of occupancy. Every time someone files something for the zoning board, we get an analytics profile and they have one, so they have an open zoning key. That's how I understand it. I'll follow up tomorrow and get you.
I'm just curious.
All right, anybody in the audience have questions? Sure, we'll start with you, sir.
Pat and Teresa O'Connell, we live at Lincoln Wharf, 357 Lincoln Wharf. We're all for them getting their permanent license indoor in their major ballroom and areas like that. The concern we have is they also have it available in building number 5, which abuts Lincoln Wharf and Burroughs Wharf. And our concern would be that the music can go to 2 a.m. And not only would it be loud at that time, but there's doors that lead outside, and people would congregate after the music. And we're just concerned about noise in that corridor, because we're literally right across the street from there, and then Burroughs is right next door. So our concern is only in building number 5 that they'd be allowed to have live music.
And yes, we understand your concern, and we have discussed that and are in the process of eliminating any music that might, live music that might go on in that space. And we absolutely have extra security anytime that there's anything running late, and we would not allow anybody out there making loud noises and disturbing anybody. And we completely understand your concern, and we're addressing that. And I believe that Mr. Devlin, Attorney Devlin, would be writing something to that effect to address your concerns.
To address it so that music would not be
Would
allowed?
not be allowed
in building 5?
Building 5.
We'd be good for that.
Correct.
And that's
In the
Leaders
Leaders
Lounge.
Lounge. Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
That's our only concern.
And that's been happening now, you're saying? With their-
No, we currently have people sitting outside smoking or drinking or talking, and the voices carry. It's on Battery Street, and it carries between Burroughs Wharf and Lincoln Wharf. Just normal conversation you could hear. And if we suddenly have people, going outside for a smoke, or some occasional drunks, just like they do down at the living room, it gets really loud. We're very concerned of property values going down, because it's not an incentive for a buyer if there's listening to music at 2 a.m.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Okay.
We've already addressed that,
So
and
we'd be
we're
good.
going to be writing to that effect that we won't happen.
Thank you. Yes, sir?
Hi, Chris Savvy at Lincoln Wharf. Do you have any outdoor music now, canned or recorded or?
There was one instance not too long ago, and unfortunately the speaker was set outside. It's not, I wasn't personally there, it's not what we normally do. We have everything indoors, and it was on a speaker. And we've addressed that with our security and with our food and beverage. And we're going to keep everything inside and have added security and make sure that that was an unfortunate situation.
Yeah, because I haven't heard any outside this year. The last summer it seemed like every Friday night
Oh,
they had outdoor music.
yeah, no, we're not. We're not doing that.
Anyone else from the audience that wants to ask questions? Board?
Hi, I'm Ford Cavallari, actually 50 Battery Street. But from a process point of view, I'm a little bit confused by the application. I mean, as Phil has pointed out, it's not clear if this is a zoning issue or a licensing issue. We've talked about a liquor license.
Right.
You talked about a transfer of a liquor license. Your liquor license was actually purchased from a Back Bay establishment, not transferred from the previous owners.
No, it was transferred.
Well, then there was another liquor license that was purchased from Back Bay, because we've had numerous community events on that. But all that confusing background aside, usually if an applicant hears residents and abutters and says, we have concerns about music here or noise here, they'll be in agreement, and we'll see some writing to show that there has been, that you're putting in writing that you're not going to have music in that
Right.
particular space, or you won't apply for an entertainment license, which would be even better in that particular space. I haven't seen, being involved in the resident association, NURA, and getting the stream of information, I haven't seen any written information that where you're agreeing to any of these covenants. I've heard sort of, our intention is to just fill out the forms later. Normally, the forms are filled out now, and we see those covenants put into the forms. And it's really difficult, in my view, to come in front of the neighborhood to say, don't worry, we'll handle it later. I mean, we really would like to see the addresses, the concerns of the abutters addressed formally in writing with the kind of materials that normally accompany such an application. So that's, I'm having a real process issue with that, because it seems like we're not clear what we're applying for, and we don't have really any materials to review.
I have a question. Has there been a bonus meeting on this?
What, no, because of, like, room operations remaining unchanged, because the Fairmont had the live entertainment, and it's a new operator, everything's the same. I just asked the attorney when they initially reached out to both groups and come before the groups and make sure, and during the groups, all the abutters are obviously notified that they're here, so.
I'm also additionally concerned. I mean, you can go back, everyone in Newnick, to your previous videotapes and see that the previous liquor license expired because it was a hotel-specific one for Fairmont, gone, and a new license had to be acquired from another establishment, which was clear across the city. That's all proper, but the fact of the matter is, in this particular application, we're not even getting the actual true history of what's happened. So it just is not in order, and I'm additionally concerned about that. So I respectfully, would submit to the Newnick board that you guys should say this has to be in order before we even vote on it.
Anyone else from the audience?
Just, I think to repeat what Pat said, that as long as you approve what she said today, I think we're happy. But we don't looking for a blanket approval.
I'm also no expert, but when I originally looked, the address was for just 2 Battery Wharf, and now it's suddenly 2-5 Battery Wharf. So I wasn't sure what the difference was.
When you look where,
And 5 Battery Wharf is the concierge building, which is the Legion Lounge. That's the one we're concerned
Is
about.
that the hotel, like lobby area?
No, that's 3 Battery Wharf. Each building has its own number.
Yep. So it's one liquor license for all the buildings?
Yes. It's one liquor license for Battery Wharf Hotel, which is, if I understand correctly, encompasses other spaces in the other buildings.
Is there a reason for your attorney to come tonight? Because it seems like there is a lot of confusion.
I don't know why it didn't come.
the first question you had was, at the start of this was, what exactly are you looking to get? And I feel like we've heard a few different things.
Right, we're not
And we
changing.
also, to talk about what Ford said, there's nothing in front of us, the
meeting that we had with the other neighborhood group, I thought we had produced some documentation, but
And we all gave our emails at that meeting, and no one ever responded to us. The lawyers never responded.
perhaps we should take a vote until something is more clear in front of us.
Yeah, it's very confusing. Extremely confusing.
I'd like to, I hate to do this to you because I don't want to waste time, but I feel like when we don't have anything, we kind of wasted our time too right now, because what do you want us to vote on? And I think we need something that's more clear to say, this is what we want, and have people that are able to explain it a little bit more properly. I know initially it sounds like it's just a very quick thing, and it's just a transfer of the name, and that's it, and it's just a matter of quick paperwork, and that nothing will remain changed, but it just, I don't know, hesitant as a council. I don't know if anybody on the council disagrees.
John, I agree with you, but in all due respect, maybe the next time this comes up, maybe your attorney comes, because as you can see, there's questions. And it looks like the attorney would be the one, nothing against you, but we appreciate you coming, but if it's outside your scope, maybe the attorney should be here to answer those questions.
Then unless someone wants to make a motion to support or oppose, and we could vote on that, I would say that we ask the table this until another time when we have a little bit more details about the.
I second that.
Thank you.